Celebrate our 8th anniversary on Get Up today. It was 8 years ago on this day, April 2nd, that we launched this show. It was a little different then, but we've had a lot of fun over the years, and we are delighted every time you choose to get up with us this morning. Han is here, Shefty is here. Look at the crowd that we've put together this morning. We got Hasselbeck in his goatee, Jordan Rogers, Tim McMahon. Let's do this thing, people. We begin with my favorite thing to say on TV. 8 years later, there's nothing I like saying more than, let's watch what Victor Wembanyama did on a basketball court last night. Alan, just sit back and behold.
Yeah, how do you defend this? Well, the first thing, look, he loses it, gets it back, but then he is a freak of nature. It didn't help, by the way, look at it. He lost the ball and still had it pass to himself. Is that an assist? But Golden State,
it could be both. Look at this.
Golden State didn't have anyone taller than 6'6" playing in the starting lineup. So there's your first problem right there.
Yeah,
you knew he was going to have a big night.
He's 7'6". He's going up and getting it. He's got 10 points in the first 4 minutes. This was never a game. Spurs by 14. Dylan Harper to Wemby. How does he do that one?
Well, that's, again, it's why he's so special, because you say, well, he's so tall, it's so easy. No, it's not. On the move, and then you have this. He can put it on the floor and dunk over you from almost the foul line. This was an unfair matchup. He had 22 points in the paint out of the 41.
17 points in the first quarter. Now we're in the fourth. It's a blowout. Look at Wemby showing you the range. He's still on the floor. Wemby, look at the Euro step. Appropriate for the Frenchman. Spurs by 20, by the way. Later in the fourth, Wemby snatches it.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a loose ball around him. He'll get to it first just because he can reach it faster. He is a wing in a big man's body. That's the way he plays, and that's what makes him so special.
He had 41 points and 18 rebounds in this game, the youngest player ever with consecutive 40-15 games. Last night was his third game with 40 points while playing less than 30 minutes. You see the list of others who have done that. It consists of a couple of Splash Brothers, and now the man making the biggest splash in the league. And here he was with Van Pelt last night after the game.
Yeah, we don't have experience, right? Screw it. I mean, that's all we got. We're not going to play any different way just because it is this way. I mean, we're still going to play 100% and go to try to win this championship. Screw it.
Screw it, says Victor Wembanyama. If you don't love that kid, then you are missing the point. This is the best thing that has happened to the NBA in a very long time. For this kid to come in and not only be this spectacular, but have this kind of attitude. And so I'm looking at stuff here, Tim, and I'm trying to figure out what it is that people are saying. If you look at him pound for pound, well, pound for pound's a bad example. Minute for minute, Victor Wembanyama is the best player in the NBA, yes?
Howdy, partners. It's hard to disagree. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has a case. Luka Doncic has a case. But this guy is absolutely dominating on both ends of the floor. And his minutes are a bit of a focus. There's concern. Can a guy win MVP averaging fewer than 30 minutes per game? Yes. They can, especially when he has a chance to lead the league in overall plus minus. The reason his minutes are this low at this point is because the Spurs keep blowing teams out. He's not on a minutes restriction anymore. He just gets to kick his feet up in the fourth quarter because he absolutely dominated so much. His minutes will go up when they need to go up. We've seen that lately. We'll probably see that in the playoffs, but they don't need to go up when the Spurs are beating teams by 15, 20 points because he absolutely obliterated them in 28, 29 minutes.
Yeah, and here's all you need to know if you want to extrapolate it out to per 36, which is the 36-minute average that you see in the NBA. He's at 29. He would be number 3 in the league in scoring at 30 points a game. He would be leading in rebounding and blocks, 14 rebounds a game and almost 4 blocks a game, leading the league.
In blocks,
so if you're, but he already does that.
Yeah.
But if you're going to have those kind of numbers in the playoffs, if it's going up, because you take the shackles off in the playoffs, that's why what you can see is if he had to play, which he will in the playoffs, he would be an utterly dominant player that we haven't seen of the likes of maybe Will Chamberlain.
Yeah, I mean, no, we've never seen anything quite like this, and he's certainly on his way to being something unlike anything anyone has ever seen, assuming he stays healthy, and please let him. So the question then becomes, are you concerned? Him saying, screw it. I mean, basically, Tim, he's saying, yeah, no one ever wins this thing if they don't have all the experience, they haven't been down the road, they haven't had their hearts broken and all that. He says, screw it. And frankly, I'm going to say it along with him. How about you?
Yeah, nobody ever is 7.5 feet tall and handles the ball and shoots 30-footers. No, yeah, I mean, this guy does things that we've never seen before, so it would be silly to sit here and put limitations on him based on what we've seen in history. And look, they don't have a lot of experience. They, some guys in the roster, Harrison Barnes has been a champion. Yeah, they've got a little bit of playoff experience, but do you think this is the first big game that they're like the playoff lights? Oh my gosh, Wemby's never been in the bright lights. The guy came to play in the gold medal game against Team USA. He's going to be just fine in the playoff spotlight.
I think what you also have to keep in mind is matchups. And in the playoffs, who has a matchup for this? Just like I said, look at him come down the floor, crossover dribble, loses the ball, still gets it, and finishes with an easy layup. This is a guy who's 7'4", 7'5", whatever he's grown to at this point. No one has a matchup for him. No one has the ability to slow him down or stop him. That's why they're a team that you can say, why not?
Absolutely. The bottom line of it is everything has to get done the first time once. Like, right, just because it hasn't happened doesn't mean it can't happen.
And he
if
also,
it's going to happen, he can do it.
Yeah, and that's it. The way he talks, the way he's talking about the MVP, he has that mental edge that he wants it. So he's not somebody that's going to cower or back off from any kind of pressure. He runs right into it.
He's manifesting it. That's the new catchphrase. Screw it. San Antonio.
Down to the wire, and Luka Doncic has zoomed into the scene here with what he did in March, where 600 points, 100 assists in a month, a historic March. He has 2 chances against the Thunder to have a statement type of performance. Now, the thing about it is, if the Lakers do well enough to win one or both of these games, it helps the Spurs case. If San Antonio is the top overall seed, it's going to be awfully hard to vote against Victor Wembanyama. But there's no question that Luka, with the Lakers' success, with what he's been doing, has definitely put himself in this conversation.
Yeah, that race is definitely heating up down the stretch of the season. Now, Tim, your podcast partner, Brian Windhorst, was on the halftime show of the Spurs game last night, and he had this to say about Wemby. Take a listen.
I'm just saying that you can make a case that Victor should win Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, and Most Improved. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, when I would watch Shaquille O'Neal play, and I would not take my eye off of Shaq. I didn't care where you went. I'm just watching Shaq going up and down the court. This is what I do with him. I'm just watching number one.
Okay, so if you didn't hear that right, he said DPOY, MVP, and Most Improved. Tim, do you agree with your partner there?
As usual, Wendy makes some good points, but he didn't shoot 100% from the floor. Defensive Player of the Year, hand that to him in a post-game ceremony once he plays his 65th game. That's the easiest vote on the ballot. MVP, Wembanyama absolutely has a case, and if you ask him politely, he will be happy to state it for you. He has a case. He's in the running. Okay. Most Improved Player? Come on, Wendy. Like, what are we doing here? To quote another podcast partner, Tim Bontemps. His numbers are up a little bit from last year, not significantly. He was going to be a first-team All-NBA player last year. Unfortunately, he had the blood clots. This he does not need to clutter his trophy case with the Most Improved Player award. He's going to win multiple MVPs, probably multiple Finals MVPs. A historic All Defensive Player of the Year awards is coming his way. Most Improved Player, we can talk about Jalen Durham. We can talk about Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Victor Wembanyama should not be in that conversation. That is ridiculous.
Okay, so maybe a little bit of a stretch from Wendy on that one, at least according to Tim McMahon. Tim, thanks so much for joining us here.